Hi, my name is Rakina.
Hi, my name is Celeste.
My name is Estrella.
My name is Erica.
I'm Eva.
Entering womanhood isn't always easy, and when encountering periods, women and young girls often have to go with the flow.
You have to learn how to use feminine hygiene products and bear with the pain of cramps. And you're silenced every time you want to talk about your period.
Shh. So what is a period, and why is it such a big deal?
Comes once a month and only once a month, and it's a serious thing, and it can charge it change hormonal things. It's something that's very important in a woman's life.
It's just a part of being a woman. It's something unique that we share with each other, and you shouldn't be ashamed to talk to each other about it.
That I know of, the baby's house is gone, and that's it. That's what I know of.
Why do you think there's a stigma around talking about periods in general?
Maybe I think it has to do with just the idea of blood, maybe being gross. Where it stems from.
A period is composed of 3 phases. First is the follicular phase, which is when estrogen and progesterone, the main hormones in the menstrual cycle, signal your ovaries to prepare to release an egg, and the lining of your uterus thickens in preparation for that egg. Second is the premenstrual cycle, or the luteal phase. During this phase, your ovaries release an egg, and it travels down the fallopian tube to the uterus. The transition between the follicular and luteal phase is called ovulation, when a woman is her most fertile. The third phase is the menstrual period. If an egg is not fertilized, the lining of the uterus starts to break down. Bleeding can last for 4 to 7 days, with most blood loss occurring in the first 3 days. The entire cycle repeats every 28 days or so.
It feels like we're never allowed to openly talk about our periods, like our vaginas are a crime scene or something.
When I first got my period, I was in history class and we were all watching a documentary, and I just remember sitting down and it literally felt like a puddle of water.
I was 14 years old and I was on a horse, and it was super awkward. So I went to the bathroom because I felt uncomfortable, and I looked down and I saw blood, and I was like, dang, it's here. And then I had to use tissue paper. It was definitely awkward.
I was 13 when I first got my period, so that must have been January 1st, 2015. And at first, even though I knew what a period was, it was a pretty scary experience.
Got my period before going on a camping trip, and I was 12 years old, and I spent my first period in the wilderness.
I didn't know what to do at that time, so I literally bled through everything. Everything.
So the first time was when I was in 8th grade, and I remember just being so terrified and ashamed and embarrassed and literally hating myself for months because I was like, how could this happen?
But let's get one thing straight. Among other important functions, every time we are visited by our monthly menstrual cycle, our vagina is cleaning itself. In reality, women only bleed 6 to 8 teaspoons in the overall week of our period.
From a young age, we're taught to keep our period a secret, but I'm not Victoria. On a daily basis, 800 million girls around the world are on their period. So what's the secret?
I definitely don't feel comfortable discussing my period with other men, even if they're members of my family.
I've tried talking to my dad about it, but he just always tells me to stop because it's not something a lady would do.
Sometimes my sister or I will leave pads outside, on the kitchen table, covered and everything. And she'll get mad at us. She'll be like, you can't do that. There's men in this house. You can't leave that lying out.
My female friends, in middle school, would make it really weird. They didn't want to talk about it, and I never really minded. My guy friends were pretty weird about it. I think guys are still kind of weird about it.
Yeah, guys always get really weirded out when you talk about periods. They act like it's something that's not normal.
Let's regain our voice and start the period talk, ladies and gentlemen.
My mom had a period, my grandma had a period, my great-grandma had a period, all of my ancestors had a period.
This is gonna happen for a long time, and you might as well embrace it.
It's not something that you should feel ashamed about.
I would say that they need to educate themselves, because that's the biggest problem. And that's why EBT will let you eat at fast food restaurants but won't let you get pads.
I would just tell all the little girls out there that it's something that your body goes through and it's normal.
What do you want to be when you grow up? As each girl stood and presented, it was surreal how much our futures had aligned. We'd all chosen the same thing. Teacher. Because our teacher was a woman, our classroom was our world, and no one had told us there was a whole universe left to explore.
We aren't used to seeing girls in STEM, which makes us kind of fear that we're gonna not succeed.
Doubting myself was a big part of my journey.
People call it imposter syndrome, where you think that everybody around you knows more than you do and that you're somehow woefully inadequate.
You don't really belong, or you're not good enough.
No, you can't do that. You're a girl, or you're not smart enough, or you're not technical enough.
If you look around, the people that have imposter syndrome are very often people that don't match society's picture. Probably not white, probably not male.
That feeling's going to be there. I think the thing is to just know that that's not necessarily the reality.
They don't ask outright, like, are you sure you can do this because you're a girl? But they'll ask in like roundabout ways, or they'll, have different expectations for you. And that shows in the way they ask you questions or the way that they talk to you.
Women are expected to get these opportunities and push through so much, and take on the personal burden of so much to just show that they deserve it, whereas their male counterparts are just assumed to deserve the same thing.
There is more of an interest now in STEM.
There's no reason that girls shouldn't be just as interested and just as good at it as boys.
We should just continue fighting for where we belong.
Hips, hair, what more is there? Stares in the mirror make me wonder, do I want to be here? Those big lips and big hips sway to the organic sound of melanin. The other chicks don't look like me. Why me? Why was I chosen to have milk chocolate skin? Why me? The thought of the soft love of my mother, her mother, and her mother have all walked down the street of hate and up the hill of strong, successful independence evolving. Me making men feel intimidated and other girls jealous with my presence. Wait, my presence? Am I that exotic? Looks and stares down the hall. They have never seen melanin this tall. Wow, everyone looks the same. One or two groups of melanin. We stand together, sisterhood, love, spirit, music, and thickness. Ooh, woo! Isn't it pretty? We have all had a journey of insecurity, but the one thing that will always stick with us like glue, and mind you, we are not the basic glue, mainly because we are melanin.
मेरा नाम ट्विंकल सुहेल है और हम सांदा कलाम में रहते हैं एमए कॉलेज और हम लोग 4 बहनें और 2 भाई हैं। सारे बहन भाई हम लोग स्पोर्ट्स खेलते हैं। मेरा स्पोर्ट्स में इंटरेस्ट 2012 से मैंने स्टार्ट किया था, तो अभी मुझे वेट लिफ्टिंग में 4 साल हो गया, वेट लिफ्टिंग पावर लिफ्टिंग में 4 साल हो गया। मैं खुदावन की बहुत ज़्यादा शुक्रगुजार हूँ कि खुदावन ने मुझे बहुत ज़्यादा ब्लेस किया और मुझे एशियन गोल्ड मेडल अता किया।
मैंने फिर टीम तैयार की, तो उस वक्त 57 में इसने पार्टिसिपेट किया और इसने बेंच प्रेस में पाकिस्तान की तरफ से पहला एवर गोल्ड मेडल हासिल किया। यूँ ही ये गोल्ड मेडल आया तो फिर पाकिस्तान वेट लिफ्टिंग फेडरेशंस और पाकिस्तान पावर लिफ्टिंग फेडरेशंस ने ये तय कर लिया कि पाकिस्तान की जो ख़वातीन हैं उनको भी इस खेल में अपने जौहर दिखाने का मौका मिले और उन्हें इस गेम में लाया जाए।
जब मेरे बच्चे जाते थे तो मेरे रिश्तेदार, मेरे महल्लेदार
और ख़ासकर हमारा जो रवायती कल्चर है वो बड़ा ना मुझे अजीब नज़रों से देखते थे और कहते थे कि यार ये तुम किस काम में पड़ गए हो, ये बच्चों को किस काम में लगा दिया है, ये बड़ा मुश्किल है, नामुमकिन है। तो जब बच्चों ने पहली टाइम निकाला मेडल तो क्रिश्चियन कम्युनिटी के तो ये हीरो बने ही बने, लेकिन ये पूरे पाकिस्तान के हीरो बने।
हम लोगों ने उन डेज़ में ट्रेनिंग की जिन डेज़ में सब प्लेयर ट्रेनिंग छोड़ देते हैं। इस तरह के दिन होते हैं कि खून पसीना एक हुआ होता है, मोस्टली और ट्रेनिंग नहीं करते प्लेयर, लेकिन फिर भी सर ने हमें ट्रेनिंग करवाई क्योंकि हमारा गोल जो था वो इंटरनेशनल लेवल का था।
और जब से इन बच्चों ने मेडल लिए हैं तब से क्रिश्चियन कम्युनिटी तो क्या अदर्स मुस्लिम लड़कियां अब क्लब में आ रही हैं, फेडरेशन में आ रही हैं कि जी हम भी ऐसी प्लेयर बनेंगी, हम भी मुल्क पाकिस्तान के लिए मेडल निकालेंगे। तो लड़कियों को बड़ी अवेयरनेस आई है, एक जज्बा आया है, एक क़ुव्वत मिली है, हिम्मत मिली है, जुर्रत मिली है जो कि पहले नहीं थी।
Hello, my name is Hala El Koush and I'm a Lebanese film director currently based in Beirut. My film, The Perfect Picture, is a docudrama in which I was not only the director, but also one of the producers, the writers, one of the main characters, the editor, and the colorist of the movie. The film tackles an issue that happens in almost any and every family in the world, which is the miscommunication that happens between two generations, parents and children. This film gladly won the Best Creative Documentary and a cash prize of $1,000. This prize is going to help me have the financial means to actually start with my first feature film without having to worry about the financial aspect that would maybe have hindered my creative process.
Hi, my name is Erin Samine Kirkdale, and I'm the director and producer of Since You Arrived, My Heart Stopped Belonging to Me, a short documentary film that follows a group of Central American mothers as they journey by bus through Mexico, looking for their loved ones who disappeared on the migrant trail. I am thrilled to win Best Short Documentary Film at the Women's Voices Now Film Festival. This award is an incredible honor, and not only does it keep encouraging me to make work, but it will also support my next film, a feature-length documentary film that I'm making in Guatemala on a National Geographic Fulbright Fellowship. And it will also allow me to run a small impact campaign with the film and the mothers who were in the film in Central America. The mothers have been organized for over 15 years, and we were just there to witness a small amount of their work, and it was incredibly profoundly moving and impactful. And I am deeply honored that this film resonates with the jury, with the viewers, with the film festival, and hopefully with audiences around the world. Thank you so much. This means so much.
Hi, my name is Anam Abbas. I am the director and producer of This Stained Dawn, or Dag Dag Ujala. This is my first feature documentary film as a director, and I am so proud and pleased and honored to have received the Lantos Prize for Human Rights Documentary at the Women's Voices Now Film Festival. It is an award not just for my film and for me as a director, but for the women's movement that the film depicts. This Stained Dawn is about the urban contemporary feminist movement in Karachi as seen through the lens of organizers, and I hope it really connects with organizers, activists, young people, feminists all over the world who can see a reflection of themselves and their labors in the film. I also really wanted to present an image of Pakistani women that was authentic and from our own lived experience, because the documentary industry has historically lensed Muslim women from an imperialist colonial gaze. The cash prize will help me conduct more screenings in Pakistan and do more impact work in Pakistan for the film, which is very important to me. I really hope that other young women watching this film and watching the films in this festival who want to make films take heart. It's a very difficult industry, but I think being authentic and investing in yourself and investing in your voice is the bravest and most important thing you can do. So thank you again. I'm so proud to be part of this community.
Hello, my name is Maria Lobo. I am co-director of the film Indebted to All Women. This is a documentary film where we talk about the criminalization of abortion in El Salvador. We are really happy and we are really honored about receiving this Leslie J. Sachs Grant Prize from Women Voices Now Film Festival, because this recognition and the cash prize will allow us to keep working in advocacy, and will allow us to keep working for human rights, especially for women's rights. This film was inspired after our collaboration with some organizations in El Salvador. We identified the need of a tool, of a communication tool, to tell the world what is happening there about the sexual and reproductive rights of the women and children. Women, we are half of the population in the world, but we are always misrepresented. We are misrepresented in the filmmaking. So when we found a space, a room like this one, where the work made by women and talking about women has a main role, we feel really honored to be part of it. So thank you very much for this recognition, for this award, but mainly of all, thank you very much for your work and for this film festival, Women Voices Now. Thank you.